Hi, I'm Barb Lagerquist, a research assistant in the Whale Habitat, Ecology, and Telemetry Lab at Oregon State University's Marine Mammal Institute. I started at OSU as a master's student in wildlife science in 1993, and afterwards was hired on as a research assistant with the MMI. In my time here, I've helped the lab tag over 600 whales. So what does it mean to tag a whale, and why do we do it in the first place? Well, whales spend 90% of their lives underwater, and because of that are very difficult to study. But by putting radio tags on whales that communicate to satellites, we can remotely track their movements and behavior. And by using implantable tags, we can avoid much of the force of the water flowing over the whale's body, and tags can stay attached for longer periods of time than surface-mounted or suction cup tags. So since 1997, we've been using this implantable Argos satellite tag. We call this our location-only tag. This tag has a Telonix transmitter and batteries housed in this stainless steel tube with an antenna on one end and a bladed end to pierce the whale's skin. The tag is roughly 8 inches in length by 3/4 of an inch in diameter. It's deployed into a whale's back so that just the antenna end remains on the surface and visible to the sky. Now this may seem large, but compared to the size of a blue whale, for instance, that is the length of 3 school buses parked end to end, it's probably more like a sliver would be to us. Whales also have a thick layer of blubber covering their backs, with few nerve endings. So these tags transmit ultra-high frequency radio signals when whales surface to breathe. The transmissions are then picked up by Argos receivers on a constellation of polar orbiting environmental satellites. The whale's locations are calculated when 2 or more transmissions or messages are received by an overhead satellite. These transmissions are then sent to our computers, allowing us to track animals anywhere in the world, at all times of day, in all weather conditions, directly from our office. The locations we receive can be as accurate as to within 700 yards, or they can be anywhere within a 4-mile radius, depending on how many messages are received. But that resolution is fine if you're looking at animals that can travel 100 miles a day or thousands of miles during migration. The tags have a wet-dry sensor that can tell when the tag clears the ocean's surface, and they're programmed to transmit only when they're dry or in air as a battery-saving measure, because the radio signal can't travel through salt water. The tag's primary purpose is long-term location tracking. But because the tags are almost fully implanted into a whale's back, they can stay on a whale for a long period of time, sometimes giving us locations for up to a year. We've used these tags on almost all large baleen whale species and sperm whales in a variety of places around the world. Our longest track to date is from a sperm whale, 20 months or almost 2 years of location information. Now these tags tell us where the whales were going, but they don't give us much detail about what the whales were doing, especially underwater. So, beginning in 2007, we worked with a tag manufacturer to develop a tag that can tell us more about whale behavior. So check out our next video in this series to learn about our advanced dive behavior tag.